In the bustling city of Aboga, where wealth shimmered like dust in the evening sun and power echoed through the streets, there lived a couple whose story everyone admired, or thought they did. Their names were whispered with respect and envy. People would point at their towering buildings and say, "Look at what love can build." They didn't know that love had long left the walls of that mansion. I met my husband back when Aboga was nothing but a noisy town and we were nothing but two ambitious souls with empty pockets. We were young, hungry, and determined. We built everything with our own hands, our companies, our properties, our name. Every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every coin we saved. We built an empire out of dust. But the higher we climbed, the colder he became. The man who once held my hands like they were the keys to his future started holding other hands, small, delicate, youthful hands belonging to girls who could call me auntie. He chased them through clubs, markets, lounges, anywhere the scent of youth lingered. And he didn't stop at chasing them. No. He poured our hard-earned money into their palms, opening shops, renting apartments, sponsoring dreams that weren't ours. Rumors always found their way to me. They hovered in the city like smoke. But I swallowed them. I buried them deep. Not my husband, I would whisper to myself. Not the man I built everything with. Not him. But the truth is like fire, no matter how hard you try to hide it, it finds its way to the surface. One afternoon, the fire finally burned through my denial. A friend of mine, someone who knew me well but had never met my husband, fell into one of his traps. He chased her too, throwing his wealth around like dust. But when he noticed her legs were bigger than his standard, he insulted her brutally, dismissing her like she was nothing. She felt the sting. She felt humiliated. She felt wounded. And she came running to me. What she didn't know was that I had been dying silently long before her encounter. She didn't know that I had heard the whispers, seen the signs, felt the shift in his heart. She didn't know that her words weren't new, they were confirmations of the truth I had been hiding from myself. But she spoke with fire. With my own eyes, she said, "I saw one of the girls he opened a shop for." And she brought the girl as proof. My world cracked. Not because I didn't know. But because this time, I could no longer pretend. Shame suffocated me, anger clouded my mind. In one moment of fury, I ordered the girl to be arrested. I needed everything laid bare. I needed the truth to scream at me, because my heart was still trying to cover its ears. When the truth finally settled, when every rumor lined up perfectly and every lie crumbled, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't beg for explanations. I simply stood up and walked away. I prepared the divorce papers quietly, packed my things silently, walked out with half of everything we built. But leaving the house didn't stop the ache tearing through me. Wealth couldn't fill the emptiness he created in my chest. At first, he didn't take it seriously. Then he became confused. Then terrified. Because the girls he scattered shops around the city for vanished the moment my name no longer stood beside his. They blocked his calls. They shut their shops. They disappeared into the shadows they had come from. Then sickness came, swift, merciless. It reduced him to a shadow of the man he used to be. He grew weaker by the day, stranded in a mansion that echoed with silence. And when he looked around for comfort, he found nothing. Not one of the girls he invested millions into showed up. Not one message. Not one visit. His wealth couldn't heal him. His pride couldn't lift him. His bed, once filled with strangers, became cold and empty. Only then did the truth hit him with the weight of 1,000 storms. He had lost the only woman who ever loved him. The only woman who built with him. The only heart that was ever true to him. The city of Aboga watched as the mighty man who once lavished fortune on the young and careless was left with nothing but regret, regret so heavy it bent him like age. And me. I walked forward, heart bruised but free. Because even in the greatest city, even in the grandest mansion, nothing is more powerful and more painful than the moment love dies and truth finally opens its eyes.